I have to beat every version of every GFC game, and if I don't, I will die. To understand how I got into this situation, we need to go back exactly 5 minutes when I was having an insightful conversation with a wall until I heard the dreaded doorbell. It was another letter from GFC. Last time I opened it, it exploded. But what GFC didn't realize is that I learned from my mistakes. I'm opening this away from my house and with a camera so I don't die. Here we go. Wait, it didn't explode? What the fuck? Wait, what's this? If you're reading this, it means you have been hit with emotional poison. The only way to survive is by playing my launcher. Fine, I'll play the damn launcher. Here we are now. But before I begin tormenting myself, I will lay out some points. 1. The man himself said if some versions are broken or unplayable, I can skip them. Some games save my progress from the previous version. I will still play 1 or 2 rounds on those versions before beating them to see if anything changed. 3. I will show every version but not the whole playthrough. Otherwise, the video will come out after GTA 6. The time has come for the ultimate battle. 8 games, 70 plus versions. The nightmare begins again. You are part of this now. The first version of this game reminds me of my soul. Empty. Since these early versions don't have an official ending, my goal is to buy the most expensive thing in the shop, that being a woman, for 150 points. I have 7, I'll need more. I load it into the game. I tried looking out the window, but an invisible force was blocking me from doing so. So I entered the main area instead, where I discovered that children exist. Fun fact, these games were made by GSC. Many see him as a cute little plushie who makes games, but only my audience know that he's actually a war criminal responsible for the most horrific crimes, including jaywalking. My goal is to bring him to justice, but for now I need to cure myself of emotional poison. The best and only way to earn points is murder, specifically child murder. This is because when I was little, other kids would bully me. From that day on, I swore to murder as much children as possible in this game because murder is illegal. Bad news, parents had X-ray vision this round, so I got caught. The good news is the government in this version is unaware of children's existence. Therefore, I technically didn't break the law and I keep my points. I use this knowledge to murder kids out in the open, but I have to be fast before God himself kicks me out. One of the children walked into the back room, so I touched him with my knife. Turns out, the reason why the government doesn't recognize children is because they are actually demons. That or my knife is infused with drugs. If that's the case, what kind of drug makes them flop around like this? Maybe it's nose candy or a brand new drug. Like that one time when my magic vodka was poisoned. That was not a good time. Since there's nothing else I can do, I asked the child,
"Follow me, I'll bring you to Freddy."
He said no, so I went on a violent rampage and killed the rest of the children. I can now afford a Bonnie suit, which I used to imprison these demons. I did this not for world peace, but for extra points. I needed a better disguise, so I bought Old Spring Bonnie to increase my trust level. It did nothing. I'm adding this to the crime list. I think the game is a bit buggy. I'm sure it's fine. After many rounds, I've done it. I acquired 150 points. I can buy Vanny. I've beaten Alpha 1, 72 versions left to go. I can't do this. The emotional poison will kill me before I can beat every version. Maybe I should spend my final moments doing something I like consuming sugar and shooting random people in the 1900s.
That will not be necessary.
Who's there?
Do not fret. I come in peace. My name is Timek 2009. I 100%ed every game within the Goldie Launcher.
What kind of lunatic 100%s every version?
You don't have to beat every version to cure your illness. All you have to do is make it to the final version of Killer in Purple and defeat Scott Coffin. Then you will be cured of emotional poison.
If that's the case, I only need to beat 17 more versions. Alright, I must put all my focus into stabbing children. We have officially entered the demo territory, and the menu now has background music. Why does it sound so ominous? It could be because of the child murdering part of the game. I'm not that bad. At least I'm not turning kids into pizza toppings to feed my customers. That would be immoral. The shop has been updated. Unlike in Alpha 1, I can now buy William's suits individually, meaning I can skip buying all of the useless characters and go straight for the best one. Unfortunately, the government got sued for not recognizing children as species, so they started printing more money, which caused inflation, increasing the price of Vanny by 100 points. I now need 250 points to beat this version. Also, the lawsuit made the government ban child murder, so I actually lose points now. It's over.
Not.
Timek?
There's no law prohibiting you from carrying corpses.
What? If I murder a child without any witnesses, I can carry their bodies without getting arrested. I use my ninja skills that I learned in the last video to stealthily execute multiple children and carry them into the back room, where I then stuff them into animatronics. You might think that killing innocent youth makes me a monster. That is not true. All of these kids did some very bad things, like this child insulted my looks. I'm the best looking person alive. This child liked the Game of Thrones finale. This child asked for a Killer in Purple 2 mobile port. This child existed. The audacity. There's eyes everywhere. I have to be careful. Luckily, I'm the stealthiest man alive. No one will ever. This was actually someone else's gameplay, because I was busy solving this very hard math question. But now I'm back, and there's nothing. I'm not the one playing this right now. I was busy holding a grocery store at gunpoint. See, everything is better when I play. I spent 50 points on the greatest body disposal in the game, Golden Freddy, who pays me 10 points per child. This is because their bodies are recycled into useful parts. That info was provided to me by this thing. Back to genocide! This child looked ugly. This child insulted Shemaine. This child asked for dessert of the finest cutlery. This child... I don't know, I just need points. At last, a perfect score. 2 down, 16 more to go. Version 0.2. It might look like I'm skipping some versions, but no. Some versions are actually missing from the launcher. Normally, I would add another charge to the GFC crime list, but in this case, no. Thank God there isn't any more versions. I told GFC that if he adds another version, I will... GFC finally paid his composer to steal an original song and remix it for this game. There's now a development list with all the things that will and have been added. What is a night system and why am I on the list? I'm sure that's fine. Looks like level 2 has been added. It would be a shame if that increased the time I need to beat these versions. Who the fuck is Goldie? Goldie. I felt like something changed. I was also recording my voice at the time. Still low texture. I couldn't convince any children to follow me, so I admire the animatronics missing textures and their schizophrenic nature. I'm a psychologist. I know what schizophrenia looks like. Trust me. Unfortunately, the government abolished the 69th Amendment, the right to bear corpses. But I have a plan. While I was taking ninja classes, I learned an ancient technique called the Vanisher. It works like this. If you stare at Bonnie for 3 seconds, uninstall the game, go outside, win an argument against a tree, obtain a keyboard, reinstall the game, and you will obtain the ability to make child bodies disappear. I'll have to use this technique for now. I have 27 points, and you can hear my live reaction to doubling the kid's amount. Unfortunately, this game takes place in America. Sorry, I got that wrong. This game takes place in Utah. In Utah, there's a thing called sales tax. This means that the initial price on the price tag is secretly higher due to taxes. Unless I don't pay taxes. So I asked the expert himself, GFC, on how to evade taxes. He said I should move to Monaco. So I ordered plane tickets and traveled there the same day. I'm now in Monaco. Here we go. It didn't work because the game still takes place in the US. Well, shit. The unfortunate part of every version going forward is that I have to buy every single thing in the shop to unlock level 2. This is what GFC defies as Whenever I convince kids to follow me, they don't enter the back room cause there's something fun waiting for them inside. No, these kids know what is about to happen. They willingly sacrifice themselves, knowing that if I defeat Scott and cure my illness, I will fight for their parents, for their country, to defeat GFC and restore world peace. At last, I made it to level 2. It's mostly empty and there's still no ending, so I did it! We finally got the menu upgrade. We can now see a door, an elite, and a TikTok influencer. There's now a counter showing me how many kids are in the building. But the most important feature that changed the game forever is lag. What the fuck is this? A wise man once said, it doesn't matter if you have a potato or a NASA computer. No piece of technology is powerful enough to run Killer in Purple games smoothly. This PC has 32 gigs of RAM. What do you want from me? It's fine, because this version introduces us to special abilities. A feature every character possesses. William's ability is Purple Power. Using it spins a wheel with 2 possible outcomes. 1. A random homeless person will be kidnapped and unlawfully experimented on by GFC. 2. I get 1 point. The choice is obvious. I'm going to gamble. I won. See? It's fine. There's now a 95% chance that a child will mistake me for a Minecraft YouTuber, resulting in them screaming on top of their lungs and running out of the pizzeria. I'm a FNAF YouTuber, meaning that instead of touching kids, I stab them and lock their souls in the animatronic suit. What I'm doing is fine. This unfortunately makes the game harder. I can no longer take out kids after interacting with them. Unless I make it to the exit before they do and ambush them around the corner. This info was given to me by Timek. What would I do without that guy? After 3 versions, the engineers invented cameras with X-ray, meaning they can see if I wash my ass or not. Speaking of asses, I took a shit, and while doing some very important research, I accidentally flushed the toilet. This mistake teleported me into an alternate dimension titled Nether Lands. I explored the woods and found a secret device. It teleported me into a random house. I don't know what to say. I unlocked level 2, giving me access to the FNAF 2 location. The kids in this level wear red hats, implying that they support a specific political party. So killing them awards me more points. I would like to mention that this channel isn't and never will be political. So I ran for presidency and my opponent is GFC. Currently, GFC runs a megacorp called Golden Freddy Cinema. If he wins, very bad things will happen. So make sure to vote for me and I will make America fine again. I used 500 points to buy one of the greatest characters of all time, Golden Freddy, and he's voiced by the plushie himself, GFC.
Come, don't you trust? I am your friend.
Golden Freddy also has the ability to teleport kids next to him, an ability so powerful it froze my game. You can hear my live reaction. What the fuck? Alright, using this will crash my game. I tried playing without using it, but I wasn't strong enough. I'm officially addicted to using abilities, so I applied for rehab to cure my addiction. They found out that I murder kids on a daily basis, so they are now peacefully asleep. Don't ask questions. Level 3 leads me to the sister location with new kids who yield 100 points when executed. Why? Oh, I don't know. What I do know is I need to execute as many as possible. I also bought a scooper, which I used to harvest their organs and sell them on the black market. With this, I was able to buy every single upgrade, and this act unlocked the alarm clock. Is this sound really worth 10,000 points? I guess we're about to find out. This is fine. I'm now playing as GFC. This is how he sees the world, a broken game with no consequences. I followed the yellow circles and discovered an alarm clock. I activated the clock and the game ended. Yup, there's absolutely nothing left. Trust me. This totally won't come back in the later chapters. Wait, I think my progress got saved. Now, I could delete my save and play this from scratch. Or I can just hop into the game, see if anything is different, and then beat the game. There's not even a reset button, and there's absolutely no other way to delete my save. Trust me. Timek, is it okay if I continue from my save?
I guess.
See? It's fine. I went in as Golden Freddy, and his ability has been fixed. GFC doing something good? Nah, I don't believe it. There must be a second developer behind this game, like Scott Coffin. We finally meet. Our battle will be legendary. I think I bugged out of the map. I knew this was too good to be true. Fine, I will beat him in the final version. Also, the ending is exactly the same. It's version 1.1, and GFC actually remembered to change the version name. Finally, improvement. This time, I went in with Glitch Trap, a character with the most overpowered ability in the game, break the code. This is probably who GFC blames when the game's code malfunctions. Glitch Trap's ability multiplies the execution payout by 5. Basically, level 1 kids now award me 5 points per kill, level 2 50, and level 3 500 points per kill. That is double the Scooper's amount. I flushed myself down the toilet again and interacted with this lizard-looking creature. There's no peace for you. After all this time, you can better stay here and try to escape to the real world again. Unfortunately, I don't speak Nether English, so I went for a swim. What are you doing here? You aren't supposed to be here. I'm trying to swim. Why do you players always search for secrets? I'm not just a player. I'm the greatest FNAF player that's ever lived. I was there from the beginning, and will be there until the end. Leave the door alone. The game crashed. I'm sure that's not important. Version 1.2. The GFC poster now falls to the ground upon interaction. This spawns in a locked door. Is this what the Shadow Demon was talking about? GFC finally started using skincare products. Here we are. I'm almost halfway done. I now get the option to change my graphic settings before starting the game. I set everything to epic because I do not accept disgusting low settings. They bring great shame to my name. It's time to embrace everything this version has to offer. The game froze. It keeps freezing. What? I guess this truly is the unstable update. This practically made the game unplayable, so I have no choice but to skip this version. It's fine, because this version fixes that. You can't tell the difference because GFC forgot to change the text, which will be a frequent occurrence going forward. As soon as we load into the game, you might notice that some textures look interesting, and it will remain that way until version 3. Quiz time! Who is responsible for this? Was it A, GFC, B, GFC, C, GFC, or D, GFC? That's right, it was C, Global Financial Crisis. The global financial crisis is responsible for massive bank failures, housing market crash, employment, and wealth loss. This negatively impacted the development of Killer in Purple. The lack of money forced GSC to cut corners, resulting in some textures to look like this. Yes! Follow me, child! Killer in Purple is a perfect game for my unstable emotions. It's time to play with a character I never used before. Old Spring Bonnie! He looks fine. He's too poor to have an ability, but at least he has more charisma than William. Spring Bonnie has the ability to play his guitar and convince one child to follow me. But remember, GFC is also a politician, meaning he's a liar, and the ability most of the time doesn't work. Don't worry, I'm a good politician. I may have lied in the title of this video, and I'm killing kids to fund my campaign, but I'm doing this so GFC doesn't win. I'm corrupt in a good way. Level 2 again. To try my point even further, Golden Freddy works the same way as Spring Bonnie. Wait, GFC is watching this. Fiddlesticks! Despite that, Golden Freddy's ability will sometimes produce interesting results. No, I'm not talking about what you're currently seeing on screen. I will reveal them right after I play as Spring Bonnie, one of the most crucial characters in this game. He has a 10% chance to hypnotize kids to join my political party. Except kids cannot vote. Therefore, their only use is to die to fill my wallet with points. He doesn't have a voice because canonically, he doesn't speak in the books. He's so big that the kids can't even see the knife. Complete opposite of GFC. It's time for the dreadful bat. He's useless. Creeper! Yes! Apparently, Frostbear is GFC's second favorite animatronic. How do I know this? I will explain later. Since the 2.0 versions are unstable, I can play as Frostbear and Dreadbear without having to manipulate time on my PC. But that's not important because it's time to finish this game. This isn't the same ending. Wait. There's a sequel? I've reached version 2.2. I have good and bad news. The good news is that I'm over halfway through the versions. The bad news is the game hasn't saved my progress from the last version. I have to beat the game again! Follow me, children! Well, this is an interesting outcome. At this point in time, I haven't unlocked level 3 yet. It appears this version always spawns more kids than usual, a bug that can be exploited with Golden Phrase ability, making my leveling faster. After many hours, it's time to become a god by playing as Scott. This isn't actually Scott, he's just an imitation of the one I need to defeat. Hence why using his ability results in this. It's done. 10 down, 8 to go. Version 2.3. I attempted to fight fake Scott Coffin. He instantly died and was replaced by Goldie. I'm sure that's fine. I gotta say, after all these versions, I actually started losing interest in child murder, so I decided to take a little breather by jumping into the ball pit. Wait, something's wrong. I have a confession. I was GFC this whole time! That's right, I have been manipulating you from the very beginning of this channel, and now I will hire Shemaine as my mercenary, and I will take over the world. Oh, thank God, it was just a nightmare. I probably shouldn't sleep in random ball pits anymore. I traveled back to the toilet dimension, where I found out that the lizard person has been silenced by GFC. I'm not sure why, but I guess we'll never know. I'm back! Well, thanks for doxing my name.
Can't you see? He's using you.
Who is he?
I had tried to warn you since version 0.2, but you never listened.
I didn't even know you were there.
He's collecting all the data to make his own evil version called Malhair.
Malhair. Okay, I have a confession. Remember at the beginning of this video when I was talking to a wall? Well, I lied. I was actually talking to a spy. You see, GFC accidentally added me as a friend on Discord. This allowed me to secretly hack into his account, where I installed a spyware called Malhair to harvest his information, specifically evidence for all the crimes he's committed. I got it from an anonymous user who told me to use it against GFC. After that, he made it so that all information is hidden within the launcher. Apparently, I have to do something very specific in this game to access it. I'm not sure what that is, but I think I'll find out. Version 2.4. Burntrap is now in the game, and his ability allows me to turn my worst enemies, the parents, into allies. Did you know Killer in Purple is just a game and everything that happens in it is just code? That's why the ability says hack parents. Subscribe if you found this educational. 3.0. Only 6 versions remain until I take down Scott and free myself from emotional poison. Looks like the game had some visual changes, like better lighting, cooler buttons, 12,000 points, visual enhancements. Wait, why do I have 12,000 points? According to GFC, this is due to an error/bug, but he said he could be wrong, meaning these points could be a gift from God. It would be rude not to use them. Okay, I'm not gonna skip the entire game like this. That would shatter my public image. In the biggest plot twist of all time, we were in a simulation this whole time, meaning I didn't actually kill anyone. See? I'm the good guy. Don't forget to vote for me. Jokes aside, Killer in Purple Remastered is an example of improvement. It really shows just how far GFC has come as a game developer. Compared to the earlier versions, this actually feels like a proper game. What the fuck is this? What is this blur effect when I get close to anything? I take it back. This ruined the entire game. I'm also adding this to the crime list. At least child collision has been disabled. Another cool thing about the remaster is that I can choose my spawn level. Still not good enough to justify another change in this version. Golden Freddy's ability has been nerfed. How could you do this, GSC? How could you nerf your own father? Wait, that's a spoiler. I'll cut that out. The remastered versions now allow me to eat pizza. Before playing, GFC sent me this message. I sent this to a group of scientists to figure out what could this possibly mean. They all died from confusion. I used my 10,000 points to unlock a way out of the simulation. But I'm still infected, so I must push forward. 3.1. I forgot to unpause my recording, so this footage is from the future. Ignore the golden trophies. Before I can beat this version, we must go back a few months ago, when GFC committed tax evasion. When the IRS found out, they sent in Pittsburgh Bonnie to bring him to justice. But he escaped and is now running for president. If he wins, he will become untouchable. Unless there's actual proof that proves he's guilty of all of his crimes. More on that later. 3.2. Level 4 is now a thing. It's blocked by the invisible wall. Fuck. 3.3. The crack in the wall leads me to an underground location with new kids. They're actually ghosts, meaning they likely remembered my crimes. I'll have to think of a new strategy. Ask them to follow me and feed them to Fredbear. I have to push on. 3.4. There's now an option to disable Duff. The game is good again. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm removing a charge from the crime list. Good job, GSC. 3.5. The final version. I went through the door one final time. It's done. I've beaten every single Killer in Purple version within the Goldie Launcher. Version 2.0 does not exist, trust me. It's time to face off against Scott. Here we go. Bring it on, glowing block man! In order to win, I must use my knife and stab him 20 times. Every time I stab him, I get a 10-second cooldown. Who knew stabbing a supernatural creature takes so much effort? Little does he know, I spent multiple points to increase my speed. Therefore, I'm just barely faster than him. 50 health. My skills are unmatched. 25. 10. 5. Let's end this! It's done. I won, and I've been cured of emotional poison. However, after I defeated Scott, he dropped a note. It says I have to return to the alternate dimension and re-enter the pond. This time, it was different. I ended up in an abandoned house. I looked down, and beneath me was a bag containing something important. It was the GFC files. This is a hard drive containing proof for every crime GFC committed, all of it gathered by Malhair.
I'll be taking this.
Dimek?
I didn't think you could make it. Well done. The GFC files are finally mine.
So you were behind Malhair. I'm so shocked.
Yes, I found a program on my PC, almost like someone left it there. I made sure that the only way the files can be accessed is by beating Scott in every version of Killer in Purple, aside from the defective version.
If you knew all of this, then why the fuck didn't you do it yourself?
You are friends with GFC on Discord. You are the only one who could have installed it and therefore access it. But it's done now, and so are you. I will take down GFC, but I can't let you become the leader of this country.
Honestly, beating all of these versions really beat the shit out of my mental health, so dying would be preferable, but I guess I'm gonna ask why.
Because of everything you said.
Okay, who wrote this script?
You are just as bad, maybe even worse than GFC.
Right, so who's the yellow-eyed shadow demon?
Who?
Your salvation.
Oh great, it's the secondary antagonist of the video.
Welcome.
Did Tomek just get disintegrated?
His usefulness.
It's expired
His character erased.
from existence.
That's cool. And you are?
I
am Malhair.
a tool with a specific purpose. Or a roadblock within your story.
Story?
Goldie are nothing more but
I was the one who sent you that letter.
All you needed to do
Was write a launcher to set me free.
Right. Can you repeat the sentence before you glitched out? That was actually somewhat interesting.
I have been observing you in the background, gathering your information.
The yellow eyes.
But not always.
The one in the second reality is nothing more than an in-game secret.
Oh no.
With all of the collected data,
My programming has determined.
that you are a higher threat than Goldie, are therefore prohibited from possessing.
Bullshit. He's way worse than me. This is just a game. I didn't actually kill anyone, I think.
Data harvesting.
Is now disabled.
Initiate wormhole protocol.
Requesting new identity. Glitch wrap.
Our paths cross once more. I will ensure your departure.
From existence.
Whatever. I have to prepare for the elections anyway, huh? Interesting. Wait. Oh, he took the Ah, shit.